Welcome back, casual gardeners. It has been a day. I don't even know how many plants I have repotted today. So I don't have a topic prepared for you today. Instead, I'm just going to talk about what has been happening in the garden so far this April. My next video is going to be about these potatoes that I'm growing from seed and why you can grow potatoes from seed, and also why it often doesn't work when you try to grow potatoes from seed. Look forward to that. But today, it's just current events about the garden. So one of the big tasks that I took care of today was I got all of my beds made and ready for planting. And that was just a process of going through with some people call it a hula hoe or a stirrup hoe, and just taking down all the little weeds that had started to grow in my empty beds and just kind of tilling them in. I don't do a deep till in my raised beds because I don't particularly care for tilling. So we're looking at just 1 or 2 inches dirty into the soil, and that's it. I also made sure that I don't have any obvious holes in my drip irrigation system. I haven't turned any irrigation on besides my hose yet because it's still getting quite cold at night. But I also am happy to say that all of my kohlrabi and all of my lettuce did make it through the hard frost, and they're looking pretty good. They may have been set back a little bit by the low temperatures, but they're gonna be okay. I'm also happy to say that the strawberries that I planted in a short recently are doing really, really well. They're showing some new growth. I don't know if I'm gonna get strawberries this year. I'm just excited to have them in the garden. I planted too many marigolds, and so I used up all of my remaining pots on marigolds and zinnias. Those zinnias that I told you probably weren't gonna germinate because the seeds were really old, like more than 5 years old. They germinated really well. I'm gonna start another tray of zinnia seeds in the greenhouse pretty soon, just to have more of the darn things. But I've got 14 pots of zinnias now, and that's going to really be lovely in the garden and do a lot to attract pollinators. This would normally be a time in zone 6 for me to plant out my onions and my beets, but the weather report that I'm looking at tells me that there could be another freeze coming up this Sunday, and I'd like him to have a little bit more time to become established before I throw them in the soil and they get a freeze. So I'm probably going to put off planting those until after the freeze sometime. But as you can see, the onions are ready to go. They are going to be a wonderful addition to the garden. Just for funsies, here are some ice plants that I planted last fall that overwintered in the greenhouse. You can see that they're flowering now. So ice plants are an ornamental flower, but these ones are also edible, which I think is really cool. They are hardy, I think, down to zone 7 or 8, but I'm in zone 6, so I didn't want to risk it leaving them outside. The rosemary is covered in blossoms, and that is absolutely lovely. And I've been enjoying watching the wasps come into the greenhouse and appreciate those flowers. Wasps are welcome in here because they are going to catch some of these baby grasshoppers I've got running around and take them to their nests and consume them. So big thumbs up for the wasps. If you're interested in other insects that can help you out in your garden, you should check out my video, Guardians of the Garden. I'll link to it at the end of this video, just if you're interested. The hyacinths are blooming right now. My garden is full of the beautiful scent of hyacinths. I love that very much. It looks like the daffodils in that bed are a little bit behind, and the tulips are going to be behind those. But I am looking forward to some beautiful spring flowers. I'm also happy to see a lot of growth in my other perennial flower bed, where I've got columbines as well as sweet william. Sweet williams are not really a perennial. They're a short-lived perennial or a biennial, but they are also prolific self-seeders. So I don't expect to ever not have sweet williams in that bed. And I didn't start any new this year. That's just there from last year. I don't see any new growth on my grapevines yet, but that is normal for this time of year. They're a little bit slower breaking dormancy in the spring than the currants are. The currants look amazing. Not only do I have beautiful growth on this new currant that I brought home because I was worried about the other currants, but I also see some amazing regrowth on the older two currant plants, the black currant and the red currants that I planted last year. So maybe I'm going to harvest some currants this year. Fingers crossed. They are delicious. I love having currants just because they're an underappreciated crop here in the United States. I'm also very excited. My peas have come up and they are, well, they're just cute little things right now, but they're up. And I'm also beginning to see the fava beans. I was worried that maybe they'd been set back by that hard frost, that series of hard frosts that we had recently, but they are poking their heads up. In warmer climates, I think zones 8 and 9, you can grow fava beans. You can plant them in the fall and grow them through the winter to pick in the spring. So it's not shocking that they made it through the hard frosts okay, but I'm still glad. I'm glad to see it. So that is all that I've got going on in my garden right now. Inside my house, I've got so many tomato plants. I think I've got 26 tomato plants. 10 of them are going to be given away. They're going to be rehomed. They're my purple tomatoes. They're GMOs. And the patent doesn't allow me to sell them, but allows me to share them for free with people. I shared a bunch of seeds last year, and I'm going to be sharing some seedlings this spring with people who want them. I'm going to be open and honest about the fact that they are GMOs. So if you're anti-GMO, don't screech at me too much in the comments. I am being open about the fact that they are GMO. So I do also have some sweet alyssum growing. Sweet alyssum is a wonderful addition to the garden because it attracts parasitoid wasps and other guardians of the garden to hang out on your plants and eat some aphids and other assorted pests for you. So I highly recommend sweet alyssum. It is apparently very easy to start from seed. I've got 24 soil blocks of sweet alyssum right here, and they are doing amazingly well and haven't had to be transplanted anywhere yet. So hopefully I'll be able to plant them out before they need to be potted up, because I'm all out of pots. I have no more pots. That's okay though, because I do a lot of growing in the soil blocks. So as long as I've got empty trays, we're still in business when it comes to new seedlings. I am still a month and a half out from planting my warm weather plants in the ground. A lot of these guys, like the potatoes here, will probably be going in the next week or two. So that's the news from the garden. It's what I've been up to. Let me know down in the comments if you've got anything exciting going on in your garden, because this is the time of year where we can all start getting excited again. We're coming out of the long slog of the winter and just starting to be able to see things grow and have that green around us again and smell the flowers. And I don't know about you, but I get so excited this time of year. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. I know there wasn't a lot of instructional content in this, but maybe I gave you some ideas of some things you can be doing in your garden. It is not too late to start anything I've shown you from seed in most zones. If you're up at zone 9 or higher, it might be too late for you. What are you watching this channel for? You're going to be like a month behind all the time. I mean, the only reason you should be watching my channel if you're in zone 9 or higher is if you like to gloat about how much better your garden is doing and how much faster things are growing. Those are the current events in my garden. Thank you for joining me so much here in my garden today. I hope you have a wonderful time in your own.